Ladies and gentlemen, turn up the volume because we are dealing with a seismic shift in Houston right now. The Texans are not just tweaking the roster, they are fundamentally altering the DNA of this football team before our very eyes. We are talking about a major departure that shakes the foundation of the quarterback room, a strategic hunt for protection that could redefine the trenches, and a secret meeting at the combine that signals a brand new offensive philosophy. The decisions made in the last 48 hours will dictate the next 5 years of this franchise. You think you know what the front office is doing? Think again. We are diving deep into the chaos.
Let's get straight to the breaking news that is sending shockwaves through the organization this Saturday. Sources have confirmed that quarterbacks coach Stroud Johnson and the Houston Texans are officially parting ways. This is not a rumor. This is a done deal. Johnson is out of the building, and the implications of this move are absolutely massive for the future of this offense. Jay Stroud, helping him transition from a rookie prospect to one of the most dangerous passers in the National Football League. When you look at the chemistry, the trust, and the day-to-day grind that these two put in together, removing that piece from the puzzle is a gamble of the highest order. Now let me be very clear about something, because I need you to understand the gravity of this situation. You do not simply replace a voice like Stroud Johnson's without consequences. Jay Stroud is the franchise. He is the golden ticket. He is the reason we have hope in Houston. And now you are telling me that the man responsible for whispering in his ear, for breaking down the film, for keeping him level-headed on the sidelines is gone? This generates immediate, rampant speculation about the development plan for the 2026 season. Are they bringing in someone with a different philosophy? Is there a disconnect we didn't see? I am looking at this and I am concerned. Continuity is the best friend of a young quarterback, and right now, the Texans are choosing disruption over stability. That is a dangerous game to play when you are trying to build a Super Bowl contender. The pressure is now squarely on the front office to find a replacement who can not only replicate that success, but elevate it. Because if Stroud regresses even 1 inch, everyone will point back to this specific moment. This is a critical juncture for the coaching staff. They are breaking up a winning formula in hopes of finding something better. But the grass isn't always greener, folks. Sometimes it's just dirt. This move changes the entire dynamic of the offensive meeting room, and it raises serious questions about who will be guiding the most important player on the roster moving forward. But here's the thing that keeps me up at night. Losing a coach is one thing, but if you cannot protect your quarterback on the field, it doesn't matter who is holding the clipboard on the sideline. The coaching staff is changing, but the roster itself is about to undergo a transformation that is equally controversial. You need to hear about the name that has just surfaced in trade talks because it reveals a desperate need to fix a glaring weakness.
Listen to me. If you want to stay ahead of the curve with exclusive Texans intel that you will not hear anywhere else, you need to smash that subscribe button right now. Do not miss a single update as we break down this offseason.
While the coaching staff is in flux, the front office is scrambling to address the physical reality of the gridiron. Insider Tony Pauline reported this Thursday that the Houston Texans are seriously eyeing Carolina Panthers offensive lineman Cade Mays in free agency. This is a strategic, calculated move by general manager Nick Caserio, and it tells us exactly what he is thinking. He is not looking for flash, he is looking for survival. Cade Mays brings versatility, the ability to play both guard and center, and that is a commodity you simply cannot ignore in today's NFL. The Texans know that their offensive line depth has been tested, battered, and at times broken. Bringing in a guy like Mays suggests they are terrified of being thin in the interior. But let's pause for a second and analyze this with some intensity. We are talking about a player from the Carolina Panthers offensive line. Did you see that line play last year? It was not exactly the Great Wall of China. So I have to ask the question, is Cade Mays a savior, or is he just a band-aid? I understand the need for versatility. I understand that Nick Caserio loves guys who can plug multiple holes. Jay Stroud needs elite protection, not just available bodies. This interest in Mays signals that the Texans are desperate to shore up the interior, to find grit, and to add competition to a group that must perform better. You cannot have your franchise quarterback running for his life. You cannot have the pocket collapsing in 2 seconds. However, in the salary cap era, these are the moves that define a roster. It is the unsexy, blue-collar signing that often makes the difference in December. If Mays can come in, provide stability, and keep the pocket clean, nobody will care where he came from. But if he struggles, it is another indictment on the evaluation process. Caserio is betting on his own ability to identify undervalued assets, and he is betting that Mays has untapped potential that was wasted in Carolina. It is a bold strategy, but it is also a risky one. They are trying to build a fortress around Stroud with spare parts, and we have to pray that the cement holds. But protection is only half the battle. You can block all day long, but if you do not have a running game that strikes fear into the heart of the defense, you are one-dimensional. And that is why what happened at the Combine this weekend is the most intriguing piece of the puzzle yet.
This is where the plot thickens and the temperature rises. This is a massive development. We are talking about the Fighting Irish, a program known for producing absolute workhorses, physical runners who embrace the contact and punish defenders. The fact that the Texans are conducting high-level meetings with a running back of this pedigree tells me everything I need to know about their intentions for 2026. They are not satisfied with the ground game. They are looking for youth. They are looking for violence. Jay Stroud, you look at the history of Notre Dame backs, they are tough, they are disciplined, and they come into the league ready to block and run between the tackles. For the Texans to walk away from that meeting impressed means this kid checked every single box: character, football IQ, and physical dominance. This is a direct challenge to the current running back room. It sends a message to every back on the roster that your job is not safe. The front office is actively hunting for an upgrade. They want a playmaker who can turn a 3-yard gain into a 50-yard touchdown. They want explosive power. And let me tell you, if they draft a running back from Notre Dame, it completely changes the identity of this offense. It takes the pressure off Stroud. It forces defenses to stack the box, which opens up the deep ball for the receivers. This is complementary football at its finest. Nick Caserio is doing his homework, and he is clearly enamored with what he saw in Indianapolis. This isn't just due diligence. This is a statement of intent. They are looking to draft a bell cow. They are looking for the future of the backfield. When you combine the loss of a QB coach, the signing of interior linemen, and the scouting of a premier running back, you see the full picture emerging. They are rebuilding the infrastructure of the offense to be tougher, meaner, and more resilient. The meeting went remarkably good. Now the only question is, will he be there when the Texans are on the clock? This is the kind of aggressive scouting that wins championships, but it also signals the end of the road for veterans currently on the roster.
This is the reality we are facing, Houston. We lose a quarterback whisperer in Gerard Johnson, we scramble to patch up the offensive line with Cade Mays, and now we are scouting the next great back from Notre Dame to revolutionize the ground game. It is a whirlwind of activity, but is it enough? That is the question you need to answer. Jay Stroud, or does Nick Caserio have a master plan that we are just starting to see unfold? I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me if you trust this process or if you are hitting the panic button. We are in this together, Texans fans. Stay locked in, stay passionate, and I will see you next time.